this little hostess code here. I am using the Share What You Love paper tonight because I've got one more project to show you for my Over the Moon Make and Take class packet. Yeah, aren't they so cute? We're using the Well Said stamp set along with the Well Written framelits. But if you're not a fan of those, you could always use, you know, something like this. I'm stuck on the cows. And I apologize for those of you that, I've had several people that have ordered the Over the Moon packet, and then they wanted to order the stamp set. So I did release this a little too soon because the Over the Moon stamp set is not available until June 4th. But this paper is retiring, and even I looked through the catalog again to see what paper I was going to use with this stamp set. And I'm still sticking by the fact that Share What You Love is a perfect pack of paper for this stamp set. So if you love that stamp set, this pack of paper is awesome. Okay, so what am I going to do first? I've told you about the host code. That's for the packet. These are the framelits that we're using. I did go ahead and cut these out so that maybe we might not be here longer than 30 minutes. So those are the pieces. You're going to need 2 pieces of the Share What You Love Designer Series paper. And then I've got the Whisper White that we're going to use with the stitch shaped framelits. So we're using 3 sets of framelits: the stitch shape, the Well Said, and the layering circles. Okay, so I gave you the measurements. 2 pieces, 7 by 7. Whisper White. And then this is the Rich Razzleberry layer, and I kept it so that you could see the pieces that I cut out already. So 1 flower, the word happy, and then a scallop circle. And then the Old Olive is just this little piece right here. And then Pool Party, and then 1 more piece of Share What You Love that measures 4 by 1, okay? So I'm going to get this out of the way. I can get these all out of the way now. Let's get the Simply Scored scoring tool. Both pieces are going to be scored exactly the same way. Okay, so this is very important. You want to score the top of your bag first, okay? Because you want because this paper is directional, and I don't really know what the official term for this is, but you want your flowers to go up and down. You don't want sideways flowers on your bag, okay? So you want to start with the flowers just like you would normally look at it, except you're going to turn it now, okay? Because this is the top of your bag. So you're going to score the top of your bag at 3/4, okay? And I'm going to do both of those. I'm going to slide that out of the way. Here's the top. Slide it over here. 3/4, okay? Now, the rest of these sides, you're just going to score the other remaining sides, which is 3 other sides. You're going to score them at 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to do one at a time. So 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Same thing. So 1.5 on 3 sides. Yes, this paper is retiring, sadly. And you do want your bone folder. Hopefully I can find mine. I might have to reach. We'll put this little cow over here because he makes us happy, right? Okay, so I'm just going to fold and wait, this goes this way. So if y'all read my blog post earlier today, I was saying that right smack dab in the middle of trying to get the catalogs out, the spring on our garage door broke. So we had to call the repairman out to come this morning. And he came out, and of course David was out there dealing with them. And he asked David, he's like, what's all that over there? Because, you know, there's all those catalogs, and I can't remember what David said. I'm like, dude, you need a better 30-second commercial because that didn't sound very good. He's like, paper crafting catalog. I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to work on that commercial. I said, why didn't you sell him something? He laughed at me. Oh, there goes the thunder. Whoa. Okay, so let me show you the template. Here it is right here. Pretty simple bag, but it's going to be so nice because it's a larger bag, okay? It's a gift bag. So we're just going to cut up to the score line, and both are going to be done the exact same way, except the box or the side that's going to go on the inside, we're going to give it a slight trim. So hopefully I can see the score line. There we go. And over here. Okay, somebody asked, oh, you said you wish you had thunderstorms. That's funny. My daughter and I love them too. But I love them when I don't have like a gazillion things going on. Right now I've got catalogs out there in the garage. And what else do I have going on? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to reach my 2 million in sales. So I can safely tell you that I am very close. Like less than $800. So, yes. Okay, so now let me show you. This is going to be the front of my bag, and this is going to be the back. And so this is going to sandwich in just like that. So I'm going to do a little bit of trimming. So I'm going to trim the tab. And I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm going to trim this off. I can't really see. There we go. Okay, now, one slight other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this right here just a smidge, okay? You don't have to do this, but if you're off just a tad on any of your measurements, that just helps all of this sandwich. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. So I'm going to take my liquid glue. Hold that down for a second. He could have taken a catalog to his wife. You're right. That's a good idea. One time, David took my luggage on a trip, and some lady saw my, I always put really pretty ribbon, you know, on my suitcase, and somebody saw his tag and said that he had a pretty tag. She was basically saying that is not a dude tag, right? Okay, so I'm putting tear and tape on this because I don't want to sit around and wait for liquid glue to dry on that. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Ooh, can y'all hear that thunder? It's like rolling thunder. Good sleeping weather, right? There's no sleeping going on right now. I was up at 5 this morning. Okay. Chris, you're going to like this bag. Oh, I remember typing your name today for your catalog. Debbie, I typed your name today too. Okay, so there's that part, see? And then now this one. Okay, Same thing. Bring up the walls. So I'll tell y'all a little funny. I actually created, did I say that right? I created this bag like back in April. So that's how it's going to work right there. So we're going to put adhesive on the sides and on the bottom. And this time we can just use our liquid glue because we want to be able to slide it around until we get it just right. That makes sense. Hopefully. I made this bag back in April, and I always use Evernote, and I type my measurements in as I'm creating, because I used to use like a project supply sheet, but then I had like thousands of them after blogging for so many years, and so I went like digital. I use Evernote, but for some reason the day I created this bag, I didn't write down the measurements. So every time I had like a video I needed to do, whether it was live or pre-recorded, I would be like, oh darn, I didn't write the measurements down. I got to figure out how to make it. So then, since I've been working on mailing the catalogs, I really needed a project since I didn't paper craft this weekend. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to figure out how I made that rascal. And here we are. That's how this came to be. When you guys see the decoration on it, you'll see that I created it in April, because this was supposed to be a Mother's Day project for me to show y'all. But I forgot how to make it. Okay, so let's get all of our layers. Okay, let's see. I need all of these. And I do have my silicone mat. Okay, so I'm going to be using Old Olive ink. And I'm going to position this where I want it, which is right there. Yeah, right there. And I'm going to stamp birthday right below it. I'm going to warn y'all. Oh, I got to put my head in the camera. Did I mess it up? I actually did mess it up. It's a good thing I have another one. When Brooke walks in, Elvis is going to squawk like crazy. You won't hear Gizmo, but you'll hear Elvis. So I'm just warning you. There we go. Okay. So I need to put liquid glue on this thing. And I need the silicone, not the silicone, what is this? The putty end of the Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to use the paper piercer as well. So you'll see why in just a minute. Now y'all see why I said I might be longer than 30 minutes. Maybe not though. Where's my lid? Here we go. Oh, okay. This is going to save me from getting adhesive on my fingers, supposedly. Okay, there we go. Now, the flower, I'm just going to pick up some of that glue that I put down right there and add it right there. And let's see. Turn it over, add some glue. Now we're going to take this 4x1 piece, and all we're going to do is just flag the end. And we're not going to remove much of the length. So we're going to add this to the front. Maybe I'll remove a little bit more. Not much though. This is just basically using up the scraps of your paper. Okay, so again, I'm going to take my liquid glue. So this bag measures 4 3/4 inches tall, and it is 1.5 deep and 1.5 wide. Okay. Now this one is going to get added like that. Okay. So where you put your adhesive, I'm just going to add, well, let me move this out of the way. Let me bring this over here. Okay, so wherever you want to put it, let's go ahead and attach this. Now you see why I waited to do this live, because it was like, oh, I can't remember how I made it. And we're going to put a little bit of glue, just a little here. And see those olive flowers, I didn't really want them to be olive, so I wanted them to be a different color. So all I'm going to do is take your pick tool, and I'm going to pick up some glue, and I'm just going to lay it on top of the olive one. Okay, there's my other one. And down here. Ooh, we're having horizontal rain. It's hitting my window. You might want to put another little smidge of adhesive, of liquid glue down here. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so now let's take, I'm being a little dramatic, one of these and add it right to the middle. And then we're going to take the, I don't know if y'all saw this tip the other day. If you take your paper piercer and put it on the chick stand, you have a nice spool there. This is the old olive twine. I'm not sure I've used it as much as I should have. I do love it. It's beautiful. I think it might be retiring. I'm pretty sure it is. So we're just going to add that over here, and I'm going to use a glue dot. And let's see, I already used that. I'm going to use this one, and I need to put the cap back on. So I'm just going to take one glue dot and wad it up. Put that there. Okay, so let me show you. Well, that's the finished one that we just made. Pretty cute, right? So here's the one that I made for Mother's Day. And I didn't show you until now. So I just changed up the greeting to say Happy Birthday instead of Happy Mother's Day. Now, if you're not a fan of the, what is this? This is the Well Said bundle. It's on page 27. It is kind of expensive, but I'm trying to reach my 2 million this week, today, tomorrow, the next couple days. No, I like it though a lot, and I like the font. What was I going to say though? There was something I was going to say. Oh, but if you don't like that sweet, you could always just extend your over the moon projects and decorate it with. I didn't use this paper for the bundle or for my make and takes. I actually used this one. So, yeah. Okay, let's see for the questions. Has anyone tried to color the regular linen thread? You know, I haven't. No, not me. I love the Dies and bundle too. It's got a lot in there. Congratulations, birthday. And this is carrying over, but it's not going to be available as a bundle price. So once again, like this could say happy anniversary instead of happy birthday or happy Mother's Day. Sympathy, bride and groom. There's a lot of greetings in there. So to recap those measurements, the Share What You Love Designer Series paper was 7 by 7. And you scored it at 3/4 at the top, and then on the other 3 sides at 1.5. Okay, the chick stand is available over on my website. If you want me to give you the link, I'd be happy to. It's a nice size bag. Yeah. So like if you wanted to compare like an ink pad, see, that will fit in there perfectly. What else will fit in there? I'm sure a chick stand will fit in there. A couple chick stands, right? I know one will. Let's see if these embellishments. These were the petal pink rhinestones. Yeah. But you'd have a lot more room to put other stuff in there, right? There are some items and brochures for beginners coming. Yes, there is. I actually have one of the stamp sets. Do y'all want to see it? Let's see. Where did I put it? Maybe I hid it from myself. Nope, here it is. Look, this is one of the stamp sets that's going to be in the beginning stamper brochure. I don't have a date yet of when it's going to be available, but isn't it so stinking cute? Really cute. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Well, someone asked how to get a catalog. I have a form over on my website. I'll look back and find her comment. Yeah. How to get a catalog. I have a form over on my website. If you scroll to the very bottom of my blog post, there's a button or a word that you click on to fill out a form. I'm smack dab in the middle of mailing them too. Okay, you guys have a great night, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me or post your comments here on the video. And don't forget to head over to my website and leave a comment to enter to win the chick candy. Okay, y'all have a great night. Thank you.